A prominent American television network, the CBN, is reporting that despite the threat by President Donald Trump to send U.S. military to stop Christian genocide in Nigeria, that the Christian genocide is still raging in Nigeria. In one of his latest reports on this matter, the television network in America spoke with a Nigerian journalist who is on the ground, who reported troubling information on what is happening. And that reporter from Nigeria was saying that the killings are even getting worse. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. But first of all, let us watch the American television station report, and we'll come back. Watch.
In the days since President Donald Trump issued an aggressive warning to Nigeria on Truth Social, the genocide against Christians rages on. Well, Truth Nigeria's Mike O'Day James is here with new heartbreaking details. So, Mike, what's going on in Nigeria right now?
Well, like you said, Raj, first of all, thanks for having me. Like you said, the genocide is still raging on, this time with higher intensity. I just came from the northeastern state of Taraba, and it's also a middle belt state. It is called Taraba. I went to certain towns like Wukari, Takun, Bani, and what I saw was carnage. Villages being taken over, people being killed. And who are those people killing, doing the killing? They are Fulani terrorists who are encamped around the Danjuma farms, who are encamped around the Kashimbila dams, and they are kidnapping, they are killing people, Christians. And I spoke to the Catholic Bishop of Wukari Diocese, that is Reverend Mark Megida Nzukwen, and he gave me this horrific figure. He said between 2019 to 2025, more than 230 Catholic churches have been completely erased. And he also gave me a figure that about 100,000 Catholics and 200,000 other church denominations have been rendered internally displaced. That means they are now refugees in their homes. Imagine, Raj, 200,000-300,000 Christians in Taraba rendered refugees, internally displaced. Over 230 churches erased, and the violence is still going on.
You just posted an article on Truth Nigeria about something that's happened in the past couple days.
Yeah, that's what I
about.
When I went to Wukari, I went to places called Chachangi and Amadu. Imagine, immediately after Trump's threat or ultimatum to Nigeria, the Fulani militants have executed or have killed more than 20 persons. Reverend Father George Bako of the Holy Family Church, Takun, told me this. Reverend Titus Shimania of another Catholic church in Ayetua in Benue, he has been rendered, his church has been taken over completely, so he has been rendered an IDP and is living in Taraba State now. He told me that also, he just confirmed to me this morning that somebody else from his own parish has been killed. So if we are talking about 20 being killed, just this morning, one has been added. It's everyday bloodletting. The Fulanis are not letting up. They are not resting. They are just slashing. They are shooting. They are killing. And I have pictures, gory pictures, to back up these claims that these people are saying. It's not claims. These are realities. That is what is happening.
You sent me some of those photos. I'm going to let my editor decide if we can show them or if we blur them out. But I've seen them. They're horrific.
I have to send you these pictures because these days, the word genocide in Nigeria, because of Donald Trump's ultimatum to Nigeria, is becoming questionable. They will start asking you, are you sure he's telling the truth? But the pictures on ground, pictures don't lie.
It seems like this is Benue, this is Taraba, this is Plateau State.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not only not calming down, but expanding.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have Boko Haram. It seems like almost everywhere in the Middle Belt, it seems like this genocide is continuing. So, are the Fulani just completely ignoring Trump's threat?
Well, that of Taraba has been a long something that has been going for a very long time, since 2015, 2019. The Fulanis have been gradually capturing villages. Reverend George Dogo of the Holy Family Cathedral told me that 201 villages, which is his parish supervises, have been completely captured by the Fulanis. Reverend Clement Nkelegia too told me the same. He said a lot of villages under his parish has been captured, and these are gradually. You know, Mr. George of Equipping the Needy will say a death by 1,000. They come gradually, they push, they annex your land, they go further, they exterminate the people run and they go. Now I'll give you an example. Like the parish in Ayetua, the Catholic Church in Ayetua, about 3,000 of its members has fled from Benue, where the parish is, into Taraba. They are now refugees in Taraba, IDPs in Taraba, and the Fulani still chase them into Taraba. And Reverend Titus Shimanian just called me today and said one person from his parish has been killed. In fact, there is never a let-up with my phone. Every now and then phone call. It's either George Dogo or Reverend Pelagia or Reverend Shimanian. Now, Taraba has been an ongoing crisis that has been forgotten. People don't know. They were only concentrating on Benue, they're concentrating on Plateau and Southern Kaduna, but Taraba, 300,000 people, IDP. 20 killed in less than, just a few days
That
ago.
was Mike Ode James giving CBN on the ground report on the escalation of killings in Nigeria after the threat by President Donald Trump that Nigeria's president and Nigerian government should stop the genocide, and that if they cannot stop the genocide, America will have to come in to help get rid of the terrorists committing Christian genocide in Nigeria. You listen to the grim statistics that is coming out of Taraba State. It's very grim. And one good thing about this report by Mike Ode James is that he was giving you public names, the sources of his information, beside the one he had on ground, and he had pictures. Of course, those pictures is not going to be permissible to be shown on something like YouTube. YouTube will not allow it. Okay, they're not likely to show you some of the graphic pictures that he say he has. Okay, but you can see that he was naming sources, reverend fathers, talking about the number of Catholic church that had been burnt down, refugees. A priest was telling him that where he is, the place he administers as a priest, Catholic priest, they have already 100,000 IDPs, internally displaced persons, and then other churches 200,000, making 300,000 IDPs. That's in Taraba alone. He's talking about a part of Taraba. And these things are not reported by the mainstream media in Nigeria. So you take people like Truth Nigeria, people like this Mike, to be able to bring out some of these things. You are not going to see this in mainstream media in Nigeria, unfortunately. So it shows you how terrible, how bad the whole situation is. And he was saying that in that particular area he was talking about, that since Donald Trump gave that threat, the alleged Fulani militias, they are not letting down, that they have killed 20. And then he added that there's a recent one to it, making 21, indicating that it means that the Nigerian government is not doing enough to stop it. And it also means that the American government may finally have to intervene. Don't forget, Trump didn't say that he's going to invade Nigeria immediately. He said if Nigerian government failed to stop the Christian genocide, that is when America will intervene. You had the General Overseer of Redeemed Church, Pastor Adeboye, telling President Tinubu to beg Trump to give him 100 days. If he cannot be able, that let him ask for 100 days to be able to take care of business. Okay, in other words, the pastor is telling him, ask Trump, reach an agreement with Trump to give you 100 days so that you can be able to take out these terrorists. Okay, cooperate with Trump. So it's after you cannot be able to take care, then after this, about 3 months, because 100 days is roughly about 3 months, so it's over 3 months. If he cannot take care of business, then perhaps Trump may have to send in the American military to take out the terrorists, as he vowed to do. Okay, but you can see that the grim report from what is going on in parts of the north is terrible. He was talking about parts of Wukari, Tabgun, Bala. Said there's carnage. Villages have been cleared off, and then people are still debating what is genocide when they are telling you that villages have been cleared. Nobody's allowed to enter those villages again because those who cleared them have taken over completely. And we have a government, both state government and federal government. Taraba State government have failed. If you ask the governor, he will say he's chief security officer. What has he done? Then you ask the federal government say we are on top of the situation. But how can you be on top of the situation when villages are being sacked and villages are being taken over? Ancestral homes are being taken over. What kind of society is that? Because the responsibility of government is protection, the number one responsibility. Government is not about building bridges. It's not about building highways from Lagos to Calabar. It's about protection of lives and property. And when you cannot do that, then you cease to have that kind of authority as government. You are irrelevant. You are of no use to the people. So a situation where communities, villages have been sacked, as this man was, he was naming the villages, he was naming the communities in Taraba State that have been taken over by the alleged Fulani militia. That was it. That they have taken over those villages. And you are telling us that what you are doing is debating with Americans whether what is happening in Nigeria is Christian genocide or no Christian genocide. It's baffling where the priority of the government of Nigeria is. And it's this kind of report from America. That's the only thing that will ginger the government. Because already the media in Nigeria are not being fed. They don't report some of these things. They don't. And that was what Michael James also pointed out what is going on in Taraba is not reported. It's not as if even what is going on in Benue, Plateau, Southern Kaduna and elsewhere, that they are being well reported. No. They are not being well reported compared to the enormity of the responsibility, because we are talking about lives of people. So imagine a place like Taraba. Taraba is one of the food basket states of Nigeria. Food basket states. When you talk about Benue, you talk about Taraba. And these communities are being decimated, and their primary source of livelihood is farming. You chase them away, you kill those you can kill. Those who survive, they become IDPs. You saw in the report, even the Reverend Father has also become an IDP, indicating how dire the whole situation is. Which now begs the question, what should be done? I think the solution to what is unfolding is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must have a clear timeline to be able to take care of business, during which time, if he cannot be able to do it, he has no choice but to ask for external help. But already Trump is saying, you don't have to ask for external help. When I watch and see that you are not stopping it, then we have to intervene and do something. And from the report going on, the report you just watched by that American television station, speaking with a reporter in Nigeria, it is obvious that whatever Tinubu is doing is not working. Whatever he has been doing or trying to do to increase the impact of Nigeria security machinery to stop the killing is not working. From what this report is saying, don't forget that the president has just recently changed his service chiefs. But even after changing the service chiefs, this report is saying things are getting worse. Things are getting worse. So he must have determination. But I know that part of the problem is that the president's eyes is fixated on the 2027 election. His eyes is fixated on 2027 election. He don't want to take hard decision against a part of the country that supposedly gave him the vote that made him president in 2023. So that's the dilemma in the whole thing. In other words, if Nigerians are depending on Tinubu to be able to take hard decision, to be able to get rid of these terrorists, as Trump is demanding, Nigerians may have to wait for quite a long time. Which means, what is the next option? The next option appears to be that it is inevitable that Trump may have to come into this matter. That is why the Tinubu administration should be worried about this type of report coming from America. Now, it is not a Nigerian station that is reporting this. Okay? You are not seeing this in channels. You are not seeing this in Arise. You are not seeing it in NTA. And you are not likely to see it there. Okay? They will only show you this now when it begins to go viral everywhere around the world from this American station. Then they will be forced to talk about it. So for now, they're just seeing it, and they will do what they talk in local parlance, waka pass. Because the president's eyes is fixated on 2027 election so that he will get re-elected. He don't want to offend the North. And who are the North? The North is the Islamic North, the conservative North. So he's scared of them. He's not likely to go too hard. That's the challenge that he has. And because of that, my reading of the whole situation is that at the end of the day, Americans may intervene. And the American intervention is not going to be announced. It is only when it has started that Trump would say it, that yes, American troops are already working in parts of Nigeria. They have taken out these people, take out that people, take out that. You know the way they do it, just like the operation in Iran. It wasn't announced. Even the time in 2020, when the American Marine came to Nigeria to rescue a kidnapped person by terrorists in northern Nigeria, a kidnapped American by terrorists in northern Nigeria. Trump didn't announce it until after the operation was over. So we are likely, if this kind of report keep on pumping up, that the thing is getting worse, it means that it is inevitable, America's intervention, no matter what anybody can tell you. That's my take. I don't know what to think about this latest troubling report that the killings is still going on in Nigeria of genocidal proportion, despite the threat by President Donald Trump. Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.